Dream Song Media.
Do you know where I'm coming from? Do you know where we're coming from? You better know, cause I'm coming now. You better move and put me on. I'm coming up now. I'm coming up. I'm coming up now. I'm coming up. I know who I am. I won't forget where I'm coming from. No, I know who I am. I can't forget where I'm coming
Yeah,
from.
beautiful tune, Amoy. So obviously Jamaica is still very close to your heart and a big influence in your writing. How does Jamaica still influence you in your music?
Well, I can't forget where I came from, definitely. And that's where I first was introduced to music, is when I was back home in Jamaica. I grew up in a Christian family, so gospel is a big part of my soul music, is a big part of my musical influences, and of course, reggae. And so anything, or a lot of the music that you'll hear from me, you'll hear some kind of either the patois from the reggae or the DJing, or if it's not the music, it's going to be somewhere. You're going to hear that influence in my writing or my vocal delivery or whatever it is. That's a big part of my music, my musical influence, reggae from Jamaica. And so you'll always somehow hear a little bit of that fused into my whatever I'm trying to do with music.
All right, wicked. Well, happy win, Amoy and Rise Ashen, two of Canada's top talents come together. Big album. So when does it come out, Amoy, and how can people get a hold of you, and how can people get this album?
Well, the music is going to be on iTunes, and it's the release date is September 17th. We're doing a release party in Ottawa, the first release party in Ottawa at the Mercury Lounge on September 17th again. And you can find it. You'll find the music on iTunes, on CD Baby, and all the musical distribution distributors that are out there probably.
Okay, and it's coming out on Balance Records out of Winnipeg.
On Balance
Nice
Records,
little label
yes.
out there,
Yes.
independent.
Big up Adam and Spencer.
Yeah, big
for
up the
sure.
Winnipeg Massive.
And of course Eric, yeah.
All right, so Amoy, how can people get a hold of you?
You can reach me at my email address, amoy2003@yahoo.com or amoysmusic@gmail.com.
All right, and you're on the Facebook as well?
I'm on Facebook under Amoy as well. And MySpace, Amoy2007. And that's AMMOYE.
All right, there you go. We just heard from Amoy. Best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again, Aram.
Yes, Rise. Let me give them one more time. The first time of the game. Love. Jermaine Hughes. Them can't stop with them. I put in a good position for the free kick. Big up Rise and shit for the wire. Moving up in life. I'm on my way over. Where this road will lead me, I don't know, but me I go. Breaking off the chains and taking the reins back. Lord of His mercy. I wanna get it now. Boy, let me in. Me happy win. God just spent on my back and in my guide me. Let me in. Happy win.
Yes, the sounds of Amoy, collaboration with Ottawa's Rise Ashen. And there's a little interview we got with her. And that album comes out September 18th. And there'll be a release party in Ottawa. But there will also be a release party here in Toronto sometime in October. So we'll definitely keep you posted on that. Following this, we're going to get into a couple feature tracks in the Canadian Spotlight. As we mentioned, have something brand new from Echo Levi, Mr. Hammer. And we got something from Bonjay as well. So we're going to get into that. And Dubmatix will be in the building. The sea of traffic parted on the 400. And he's making his way down. So we're going to get into the Canadian Spotlight now. Levi, entitled Mr. Hammer. Here on the Version Xcursion, CKLN 88.1 FM.
Spotlight.
Canadian Spotlight. You are tuned in to the Canadian Spotlight.
Levi, NCF Production. Keep the fire burning. Okay. Mr. Chiga, anytime you squeeze, 10 more body off it, put on freeze, Mr. Amma. Anytime you press, 10 more grave, them dig up and made the rest your finger curse. From the first shot you burst, we tired to see police a pile at the earth. It's getting worse, patching we no care who shoot first. Why the youths a move some blood test? Okay. Some of us say them have lights to firearm, some have silencer to keep them gun calm. I am on the gun store and I am on the gun shop. And if you want the gun store, you have to burn the gun cap. I never see this from my mother birth me. Some things where you go and judge and know say it hurt me. Why them can't ban gun? Look how much people you kill. The more people dead, and the more gonna build. Mr. Chiga, anytime you squeeze, then more body of it put one freeze. Mr. Hammer, anytime you press, 10 more grave, them dig up and make the rest. Your finger curse, from the first shot you burst. We tired to see police a pile on the earth. It's getting worse, fashion no care who shoot first. Why the youths a move so blood test? Okay, some of us it's like a wild, wild west. Young local youth, me side with bulletproof vest. Where them get it from, me want know. Who the distributor? Who give out the order? Who brave the shooter then? Last week me link me uncle named Phil. Tell me in a one shop the local dread get killed. When it only father, anytime you squeeze, 10 more body of it put on freeze. Mr. Hammer, anytime you press, 10 more grave, them dig up and make the rest. Your finger curse, from the first shot you burst. We tired to see police a pile at the earth. It's getting worse, master don't care who shoot first. Why the youth a move so bloodless? Some of us say them have lights to firearm, some have silencer. We keep them gun calm. I about the gun store and I about the gun shop. And if you want the gun boy, you have to want the gun cap. I never said this from my mother birth me. The things where you can't judge and who say it hurt me. Them can't ban gun, look how much people it kill. And the more people dead, the more gonna build. Gun trigger, anytime you squeeze, 10 more but them have it put on freeze, Mr. Hammer. Anytime you press, 10 more grave, them dig up and make the rest. Your finger curse, from the first shot you burst. We tired to see police a pile at the earth. It's getting worse, and I don't care who shoot first. Why the youths a move some blood curse? Gun trigger, anytime you squeeze, 10 more but them have it put on freeze, Mr. Hammer. Anytime you press, 10 more grave, them dig up and make the rest. Mr. Trigger, anytime you squeeze, 10 more body of it put on freeze, Mr. Hammer. Anytime you press, 10 more grave, them dig up and make the rest. Your finger.
You're listening to the Canadian Spotlight on Version Xcursion, CKLN 88.1 FM.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Yes, as mentioned, we got something brand new from Bonjay, a track entitled Stumble, and this is from their new EP called Brought Tupsy, which comes out September 14th on vinyl, October 5th on CD and digital.
And you
You're listening to the Canadian Spotlight on Version Xcursion, CKLN 88.1 FM.
I know you're gonna dig this.
You're listening to Canadian Spotlight on Version Xcursion, CKLN 88.1 FM.
I know you're gonna dig this.
How can you say? How can you say?
You're listening to the Canadian Spotlight on Version Xcursion, CKLN 88.1 FM.
Our leaders pretend that it is peace they defend and they say no more war, no more war. But is it the truth when they sending the troops and they say no more war? The army getting bigger every day. I said the weapons them get enough the same way. It is among us you say no more war. This one say is that one to be blamed, but it's the youth them who are dying in this game. Where leaders are getting the fame. No more war. Hey, when is this ever gonna stop? Every day we tired of the crap. Now the fire getting hotter. I know the nations are crying out for murder. They say no more war. Our leaders pretend that it is peace they defend and they say hey, no more war. Hey, no more How can you say?
Yes, had to pull this one up. Tasha T, No More War. Last tune in the Canadian Spotlight before we get into the interview with Dubmatix. Sending this one out to Friendliness, the mighty heavy reggae crew. He called and said, pull it up, selector.
Pretend that it is peace they defend and they say no more war, no more war. But is it the truth when they sending the troops and they say no more war? The army getting bigger every day. I said the weapons them getting off the same way. It is the one among us you say no more war. This one say is that one to be blamed, but it's the youth them who are dying in this game. Where leaders are getting the fame. No more war. Hey, when is this ever gonna stop? Every day we tired of the crap. Now the fire getting hotter. I know the nations are crying out for murder. They say no more war. Our leaders pretend that it is peace they defend and they say hey, no more war. Hey, no more war. But is it the truth when they sending the troops and they say no more war? You see it, them give with a gun and take for fun. I know them have to run, you see. What them a fight for, me no want one none. Them take what is mine, shoot me like a bubble gum. Insist we take over, even though we tumble down. So when is this ever gonna stop? Every day we tired of the crap. Yet still everything rotten at the top. Maybe if a warmonger get trapped, no more war. Our leaders pretend that it is peace they defend and they say no more war. Say no more war. But is it the truth when they sending the troops and they say no more war? The army getting bigger every day. I said the weapons them getting off the same way. It is the war among us you say no war. This one said is that one to be blamed, but it's the youths them who are dying in this game. Where leaders them getting the fame. No more war. No more. No more. Hey, no more. No more. Hey, no more. So when is this ever gonna stop?
Yes, so winding down the Canadian Spotlight, we started off with an interview with Amoy featuring her latest album, Happy Way, in a collaboration with Rise Ashen. And then we followed that with some brand new singles dropping from Canadian artists, from local artists here in Toronto. Eco Levi, track entitled Mr. Hammer. Followed that one with the Bon J, Stumble. Then one from Citizen Sound, Rebel Dub, featuring Prince Blanco and Amoy on vocals. And you just heard from Tasha T, No More War. And that's a big, big song, big message. That one came out a few years ago, but I love that one. My favorite Tasha T tune, and we got to bring that one back every once in a while here on the Version Xcursion. So as we did mention, we have Dubmatix. He made it through the traffic. And he did make it here. We cut into his vacation a little bit. He's a little upset, but he'll get over it. So yeah, Dubmatix, Jesse King, hot off his European tour, and he has a brand new album, System Shakedown. Jesse, are you with us?
I'm here. You here?
Yes, I'm
Can you
here.
hear me? Hello?
Oh yeah. Loud and clear.
Back. I'm back in the saddle. The first time here was about 6 years ago. 6 years ago.
And we keep getting you back. There must be a reason for that.
I'm like a cockroach. It's a plague. It keeps coming back. Sorry, it's actually not really like that. But
Not at all, actually. You make beautiful music, and we love to push it on the show. So welcome back.
Thank you.
And
man.
you've had a really busy year with touring, working on a new album, and also picking up a Juno along the way for Best Reggae Recording along with Prince Blanco.
Yes, man.
So let's start with that. That must have been a real honor. How was that experience?
Blindsided. Completely blindsided. Didn't see it coming. And you know what? It was one of those. I think one of those special times for anybody who's in that position that you don't see it coming, you don't expect it, and it happens, and you're awestruck. And I was completely awestruck for a few days, and it's wonderful, fantastic, and that's about all I could say. Just it was an amazing experience. Had a great time. Big ups to the Blanco man too, man. Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got to take in some St. John tradition, I believe, as well while you're out there.
Yeah, what was that, man? We
Kiss
got
the cod.
Yeah, oh man, screeched. We got screeched,
That's
man,
right.
which was a whole process, man. And yeah, that was an amazing experience. That was right after the win, and you had to kiss the cod, and at the end have a crazy drink of some kind. And good time though, good time. I still don't have my certificate though. You actually get an official certificate that you've been screeched, because this is a big deal.
Oh, the Screech certificate.
Yeah.
You got to look into that. Frame that right next to your Juno.
The same. Yeah, this is one and the same, right?
Right on. So you've been touring, and we got to play a show together in the UK, part of the Strummer Dub thing.
That's right.
And that was a good time. And
blast.
you're just back from a European tour, and you were touring. Brother Culture was on the tour with you.
Yep, that's right.
So let's talk about that experience. How did you guys connect?
You know, we actually met last year at a Polish reggae festival in Ostrota, and just kind of started talking, and contacted him earlier this year, and because I've heard his stuff, I checked him out and liked what I heard, and amazing history. This guy's been doing it for like 28 years, worked with pretty much everybody you can think of, and recently he's on the new Prodigy album as well, which is kind of cool, you know. So he's
reaching out, diversifying.
Let's put it this way: everywhere we went any festival, he knew everybody. He's just very much a people person, so he was like, "Hey, Dubs, you got to meet this guy. You got to meet this guy." I'm like, "Wait a second here, man. This is my tour, right?" It was fantastic. We had a great time, though.
And how was it having him riding the rhythms?
You know what? This guy gave 100% every show, and he loves the crowd, he loves the spotlight, and he loves to sing. So, you know, he just always eager to get up. When he does it, he just does it. You know, we played on, you know, festivals down to little tiny PA speakers, and didn't matter where we were, we just do our thing, and it was a great time.
Yeah, nice. How many shows did you do? How long were you away?
We were away for almost a month, and the difference from this time was that it was the festival circuit, which was a first for myself, really. And so, I mean, we did 3 days at a festival called the Secret Garden in the UK, and this thing was just incredible. 25,000 people, and it's like Cirque du Soleil meets Road Warrior, and everybody dresses up. I mean, so you have basically 20 to 25,000 people dressed up as, you know, people from Alice in Wonderland to more Mad Max. It was incredible. I mean, they had a little dance techno thing going on a tank, a real tank. So, you know, you got a little everything. So that was an amazing experience.
Nice. And I guess now that you're back, focusing on the new release.
Yeah, all the energy's on the new release, and just taking some time to do a lot of projects. Just wrapped up one with Easy All Stars, a remix. They're actually putting out a remix album of Dub Side of the Moon, which was their breakout album. As far as I know, from what I heard in the past, Mad Professor, scientists are on it. So I did that. That'll be coming out in October.
Well, you're in with some good company on that one.
I know. I'm humbled. I'm bowing down.
Nice.
So,
as Don Letts called you, Canada's Dread at the Controls.
I like that title. I'm not going to shirk that one up. I appreciate it.
Wouldn't know it by looking at you, but when you hear your album,
no dreads, man.
You definitely know it.
Got to get that hat with the dreads.
The wig with the dreads, exactly. Right on. So let's get into a song off your album before we talk about that. So Dubmatix, System Shakedown, it's come out already, right?
It's out in stores. It's actually at all HMVs for $9.99, which is great. And if you buy it from the website, you also get a 11x17 poster and sticker, which is kind of cool, little add-on bonus.
Cool.
My website, dubmatix.com.
So what song do you want to start off with?
Let's kick it off with the Mighty Diamonds, Give a Helping Hand, one of my favorite artists that I grew up listening to many, many times. So it was a great experience to work with them. Actually, they recorded in San Fran last year, and as I was on the road trying to get from Vancouver to Victoria, while I was talking to my wife, Rita, big up to Rita, I love you, baby. She called me because she was kind of in between because I didn't really have a phone to talk to them, and they were in San Fran recording it. And I ended up driving to the U.S. border, and they stopped me and strip searched my car.
Nice. There you go. So there's the story for that one.
There you go.
Give a helping hand. Mighty Diamonds here with Dubmatix in the studio. 416-595-1655 to get inside. We are the Version Xcursion.
Give an helping hand. Oh yes. Give an helping hand, oh Jah, to your children. Give an helping hand, oh Jah, to your children. Oh, what a word have I done. Oh, what a word have I done. Oh yeah. All over town, they tracking me down. Oh yes. Tracking me down for things I know not about. Yes. Only Jah know the troubles I've been. Oh yes. And only Jah know the heartache I've shared. Yes. Give an helping hand, oh Jah, to your children. Give an helping hand, oh Jah, to your children. Oh, what a word have I done. See them, I go. Remember me tell you, say blood I go run. See them, I go. Remember me tell you, say blood I go run. Ooh, give an helping hand, oh Jah. Give an helping hand, oh Jah. All over town, they tracking me down. Tracking me down for things I know not about. Only Jah know the trouble I've been. Oh, only Jah know the heartaches I've shared. Give a helping hand, oh Jah, to the children. Give a helping hand, oh Jah, to the children. Oh, what a word have I done. Oh, what a word have I done. Me see them, I go. Oh, Jah. Remember me tell you, say blood I go run, yeah. Me see them, I go. Oh, Lord. Remember me tell you, say blood I go run, yeah. Give my strength and wisdom that I can go through now all day long. Ooh yeah. Give a helping hand, oh Jah, to the children. Give a helping hand, oh Jah, to the children. Oh, what a word have I done.
Special for Version Xcursion, not to lose the rule of the nation. Yeah, Fire Sassale, Love Selassie, Aram Scaram.
Yes, you just heard from one of the tunes off of System Shakedown, a big album from Dubmatix, and we got him in the studio. Jesse.
Yes, man.
Wicked tune.
Thank you, man. I hear Culture Ice there doing your station ID. Sounds good, man.
It's all keeping in the community. Keeping in the community. So listen, man, your album features a lot of greats on this one. This is your fourth release now, right?
Fourth CD release.
Right.
9th or 12th digital album / release.
Right, digital albums, singles, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, fourth full-length album from the man Dubmatix. And you've had a chance on this album to work with stars like Gregory Isaacs, one of my favorites, the Mighty Diamonds, U Brown, Tippa Irie, the Reggae Twins, to name a few.
Yes.
What's that like, man? How was that experience with collaborating with these artists, and kind of describe the process?
The process, you know, it's I think it's kind of like 21st century as far as connecting with people. A lot of them, you know, it'll either, some of them are by phone because they're a little bit old school, like Gregory Isaacs and the Mighty Diamonds. But some are more younger and into it, like Reggae Twins, U Brown, Tippa Irie, all on Facebook or MySpace, and you make the connection, kind of introduce yourself and let them know what you're doing. Sometimes they've heard of you, sometimes they haven't, so you kind of build that gap and kind of go from there. Send them some rhythms, and if it works, and kind of go from there. So that's kind of what I've done, the process, the whole, you know, all 4 albums and everything I've done is just either make that connection, say, hey, here's what I'm doing. Are you interested? And go from there.
And I mean, it must be an honor for a guy that's grown up, like, I mean, myself as well, grown up loving these tunes, loving these artists, and then to actually get to record with them. And
come on.
Wow.
Greg,
mix their vocals.
You know what? For me, like, the last album was amazing because we had, you know, Alton Ellis, Sugar Minott, Michael Rose. But this one, I had the Mighty Diamonds, Gregory Isaac. Those two are another part of that same series that are guys that I just grew up loving. And, you know, to actually talk to them, work with them, come on.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Loved it.
Brilliant. So you've expanded your sound a bit on this album, and you've incorporated a little bit of the dubstep influence and electro dancehall vibes as well. I mean, you've touched on that a little bit before in other albums, but I think this is the first album, other than kind of your Iron Belly side project, where you actually got into the dubstep flavor on this album a bit. I guess, where did that influence come from? Is that something you picked up touring?
Absolutely. The first thing is that I had a friend, Karsten, from Germany, who's very, very involved in the reggae scene, and he said it very succinctly that this album was a fusion of Iron Belly meets Dubmatix.
Okay.
Bring the two together, but a lot of it, yes, came from spending so much time touring across Europe and hearing the different fusion of sounds, the dance hall, the electro styles, and really getting a different perspective, because in Toronto we don't really have a lot of that same kind of culture as far as the sound system culture, like proper sound systems. So when I'm around this, you know, a lot, you hear all this new stuff, and you kind of go, you see what works with the crowds. It's almost like, I don't know, maybe DJing as a house DJ or techno DJ, where you can kind of see what works. Listen a little bit of that for me when I was over in Europe. So I loved it, man. Just a different vibe, a little more energy, a little different. I mean, I could do dub albums for the rest of my life, but
yeah, exactly. Why not open it up a bit?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's kind of nice because you've been touring the last 3 albums, and so to see some of the influence from the tour on your 4th album, I think it's kind of nice. Brings it all together.
Well, I hope so.
I think so.
I hope so.
And what's nice too about this album is you featured a few Canadian artists, the likes of Cultureites, Jay Douglas, Amoy.
Yes. Well, you know, Jay Douglas from Jamaica, Toronto, I mean, this guy's been around 40 years. Over 40 years, man, in Canada, playing reggae, singing reggae. Just a fantastic artist. I mean, he's got pure soul in his voice. Amoy, of course, many of your listeners are going to know Amoy. I mean, that was your connection. That was a Version Xcursion connection for me, as was Cultureites. And just being able to work with all of them, it's fantastic. You know, bringing a little bit more Canadiana to the masses out there.
Well, on that note, should we get into one of those tunes?
You know what? Let's do Wobble Weeble.
All right.
Let's do Cultureites. A little something different, you know?
Definitely. All right, here we go. Wobble Weeble, Cultureites, Dubmatix, System Shakedown here on the Version Xcursion. And I think Jesse does a dance to this one as well.
Well, dub
Dubmatix is the new craze. The thing called the Wobble Weeble. Get with it or get off the boat. You just wobble weeble, come do the wobble weeble. The dance a physical, you can't move like you're feeble. If you wobble weeble, come do the wobble weeble. And the artist new craze and the people never amaze when you wobble weeble, come do the wobble weeble. The dance a physical, you can't move like you're feeble. When you wobble weeble, come do the wobble weeble. And the artist new craze and the people never amaze. If you follow me step, I watch closely. Fi do the wobble weeble, it not too easy. You have to bend your back and roll your belly. Put your hand by your head and whiny, whiny. Kick out one foot like you're half crazy. My attitude girls have the dance already. So just wobble weeble, come do the wobble weeble. The dance a physical, you can't move like you're feeble. When you wobble weeble, come do the wobble weeble. And the artist new craze and the people them amaze. When no matter if you're old, it no matter if you're young. For real, are the wickedest dancer jam down. It make the shot of them walk down, them gone. When night time come, in my trophy win some. Them a do the wobble weeble till them both tumble down. Nancy start smile like she want give me some. We a do the wobble weeble till the rising of the sun. Who fi get left and who fi come. So you just wobble weeble, come do the wobble weeble. The dance a physical, you can't move like you feeble. When you wobble weeble, come do the wobble weeble. And the artist new craze and the people them amaze. When you wobble weeble, come do the wobble weeble. The dance a physical, you can't move like you feeble. When you wobble weeble, come do the wobble weeble. And the artist new craze and the people them amaze. Follow me step and watch closely. Fi do the wobble weeble, it not too easy. You have to bend your back and roll your belly. Put your hand by your head and whiny, whiny. Kick out one foot like you're half crazy. My attitude girls have the dance already. So just wobble weeble, come do the wobble weeble. The dance a physical, you can't move like you're feeble. In you wobble weeble, come do the wobble weeble. And the artist new craze of the people them amaze. When you wobble weeble, come do the wobble weeble. The dance a physical, you can't move like you're feeble. When you wobble weeble, come do the wobble weeble. And the artist new craze of the people them amaze. It no matter if you're old, it no matter if you're young. For real, are the wickedest dancer jam down. It make the shot of them walk down, them gone. When night time come, in my trophy win some. Them a do the wobble weeble till them both tumble down. Nancy start smile like she want give me some. Them a do the wobble weeble till the rising of the sun. Who fi get left and who fi come. Just wobble weeble, come do the wobble weeble. The dance a physical, you can't move like you feeble. When you wobble weeble, come do the wobble weeble. And the artist new craze of the people them amaze. When you wobble weeble, come do the wobble weeble. The dance a physical, you can't move like you feeble. When you wobble weeble, come do the wobble weeble. And the artist new craze of the people them amaze. Boom! Hey yo, hey DJ, drop that needle.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Yeah, man. This is Mad Professor. And I'm dabbing you crazy on CKLN 88.1 FM, Toronto.
Yes, you just heard the first cut off of System Shakedown, Wobble Weeble, featuring Cultureites. It's a catchy tune.
Well, I got to give a big shout out to Cultureites for a wicked job. The vocals actually came from something else we did like a year and a half ago. And as I was working on this, it worked out well. And I said, Culture, I really like this. I think I'm onto something. Can you come in? And he redid a bunch of parts on it. And I know, it's different. It's a little bit different, but I like it, you know.
Yeah, no,
and he
it's
actually
nice.
has a dance, too. He has a dance. Not my dance, his
yeah.
dance. A real dance.
Is it on YouTube yet?
You know what? It's going to have to be at some point in time.
I'm sure he'll put it up there. He's pretty
photogenic?
prolific with the YouTube videos, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, he gets out there doing his thing. Big up Culture on the outside.
Yeah. Do the dance, man.
Oh, wicked. All right, so before we get into the CD release party, what's next for Dubmatix? What can we expect from you?
The next few months is basically fulfilling obligations of producing and remixing tracks that I've had to put on the back burner. And also, basically, I have 3 other albums that I want to put out of different likes. One will be a pure dub album. And from there, you know what? Involved in all, you know what? I just find that now I'm inundated with music, and it's awesome. I love it. It's fantastic. Lots of artists from around the world. So it's kind of I'm in a fortunate position where I can pick and choose what I can and can do. Like, really, it's awesome. So lots of music, more music in the future.
Well, and the artwork on the CD looks amazing, and you did this all yourself.
I did it myself. Yes, I did.
So this is a man of many, many talents.
Well, it's very simple, right? 3 rings and a circle and a star. So, you know.
Yeah, but it's all the negative space that
That's
makes
it.
genius.
That's it. Yeah. I'll go with that.
No, but this is a man that does a lot of things. He does it all, the marketing, everything. So it's really good to see. And you've got a release party coming up here in Toronto, and Version Xcursion is going to be part of that, along with a few other local cats. So why don't we talk about that for a minute?
It will be October 8th at Lula Lounge. It will have David Dax spinning. It will have Version Xcursion. It will have DJ Chocolate Patrick Roots, but we'll also have Amoy there. We'll have Prince Blanco. We'll have Culture Ice, and we will also have Jay Douglas all appearing there, as well as Nate and Gabe Rowland and Isaac's as the band.
Nice.
So it'll be a full night of entertainment, pure Canadiana. It's going to be a fantastic time. So, you know what? That's actually limited space. I think they only hold like 200 people. So you got to get in.
Intimate
quick.
venue.
Yes. Very nice place. And big up to Vaz.
And so you've generously offered up 3 tickets?
Yes. 3 tickets. Well, you're going to get in for free and get a CD. So the first 3 callers that call in will get entrance and a CD for that night.
So there you go, Toronto. 416-595-1655. And the skill testing question is, just name one
Dubmatix song.
There you go. One Dubmatix song. He's got about 1,000. You shouldn't be too hard. If you're at your computer, just Google it.
The skill testing question, what is 2 plus 2?
Minus
1.
1. No, there you go. 416-595-1655. Name a Dubmatix song, and the first 3 callers can pick up a copy of the album that will be available at the door at Lulu Lounge on the date of the release party, which is, once again,
October 8th.
October 8th.
Be there.
Be there or be square.
Okay.
All right, Dubs, it's been a pleasure having you down in the studio.
Yes, man, a big pleasure. I always have to send out a big shout out to your lovely wife, Candice, who is here in the studio tonight.
Yeah, we got the whole family in the studio.
And her beautiful mother, Pam. Of course, my friend, Aram. I got to say a big shout out to G, because we've been in the car traveling for about 7.5 hours today, who's waiting. And, of course, my wife, Rita, and everybody on the album. And Lee, who's not here, and Red Note, and Nate, and Prince Blanco, and Culture, and Amoy.
Yes, nice. A lot to say. All right, we're going to end with one more tune from the System Shakedown.
Gregory!
We have to end with the Gregory. So here you go. Why don't you introduce it for us, Dubmatix?
Gregory Isaacs on System Breakdown.
Oh, yeah, yes. Give an helping hand.
The mercy. Are you reading now again? If only they could break away from the shackles of the past to keep the system at bay. There's hope to end the clash. You can throw your stone in the hopes it will Lord of mercy. It's a system breaker now. Time to tear it all down. It's a system breaker now. Time to break this down, yeah. Lord, Lord, Lord. I'm taking too much from the world just to open some new doors. They never seem to look ahead. They never seek to find the better. Every day we see trouble in the streets, always getting worse with every week. They ignore the plight of many while reaping more self-respect. Let the make Lord, 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 who belong? It's a system breaker now. Time to tear it all down. It's a system breaker now. Time to break this down, yeah. Down, down, down. Are you with me now, me? Lord of mercy. Who belong? It's a system breaker now. Time to tear it all down. It's a system breaker now. Time to break this down, yeah. Down, down, down. Time to tear it all down. Time to tear it all down. Down, down, down. Back to the ground. The mercy. Who belong?
Excursion, 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 excursion.
Barrington, Levy. Snoop Dogg. Wyclef Jean, a.k.a. Tucson St. John. Big, you know what it is. They say you all about peace, why you carry peace? Cause I'll be damned if they shoot me with the same bullet they shot Kennedy. Same bullet shot Martin in the balcony. Same bullet traveled to India and shot Gandhi. Same bullet shot John Lennon in New York City. Tupac out in Vegas, Biggie out in Cali. Same bullet traveled to the mountain of Bolivia, so we could pop Che Guevara. Same bullets that send you where the heavens live is the same bullets. I'll sing your ass to hell. West Coast in the West Indies.
Real militant comedy on the front line. Say them a shot a call and spit a couple punchline. One beef, okay lunchtime. They serve storm beef can like drum line. Now them in the street ducking one time. Jail time now you can't see your sunshine. So be careful of the tool where you carry it. Couple shots to your chest so fi carry him. And another mother have to bury him. Close casket swell up like collagen. Right now, I think you better cool boy. You run up in this, you must be fool boy. Do your homework now, little school boy. You know I try this a real road boy. Now make them just you up with the fuel boy. Get left in your own bloody pool boy. Then listen to the shell disperse. Real murder on a converse. Verse.
I keep
getting bigger, no matter what niggas try to stop mine. Ayo, cuz I got to get mine. You can say what you want about Missy. Now let me see what you say after we get busy. Yeah, we keep it jizzy, the code on the strizzy. Why is everybody always picking on me? Fuck that, buck back, nigga, make them duck that. Struck back, cut that rug rack, I love that. Get back for all your perpetrators. A special shout out for your Snoop Dogg haters. What goes around comes around. Now pay attention to this gangster sound. Say what? Me and my nigga B ain't fucking around. Say what? One contest and you'll be stuck in the ground. Again, you see we covered and we heavenly bound. One contest and you'll be stuck in the ground.
Murder around, murder around, murder around. Sticky do now. Scene. Watch them a cool. Watch them a cool. Watch them a try test. Don't you know that we are the best? Watch them a try test. Watch them a go murderer. Sticky do now. Tell them already, we have to tell them again. Tell them already, we have to tell them again. Warn them already, we have to warn them again. Them a murderer.
Them him link up again. What a thing. This one going hot like a bee sting. Okay, yo, demolition and DJs had him come again. Hey, demolition and DJs had him come again. Hey, demolition and DJs had him come again. Yo, demolition and DJs had him come again. But crowd of people, it's a boom something. Crowd of people, it's a good something. Valuable demolition something. English and Jamaican something. Crowd of people, it's a boom something. Crowd of people, it's a good something. This is a straight from we had something. A number one fan, the chart something. Well, hear me now. Come catch my lyrical style. For all the lyrical ravers, all the lyrical peoples in the place. Come catch my flavors first. When if you know, Father God, Him and me say that's how I always present myself with manners and good behavior. And not that best food. And not that you feel notice. Every day in the life I try my best to progress. I got a whole for ambition, I'm not worthless. So all player haters, you can't stop this out. Make you know this is that boom something. Again, demolition link up with DJ Badim. Me give you the lyrics and him provide the rhythm. Next time you are a bravo, if you see the brand imagine. When me link up with Blue Group. Oh you mean? At that time the place I go there. Anyway, everybody in the place for your fun. And dance till this your tune done. Again cause it's a boom something. Crowd of people it's a good something. Valuable demolition something. English and Jamaican something. Crowd of people it's a boom something. Crowd of people it's a good something. This is a straight from we got something. A number one on the chart something.
Rings don't change.
Maybe getting tired, thinking about today's. Yesterday's were better. Everybody says we need a revolution, but who would move fast? No one can deny it. The future's much too fast. Maybe getting desperate, thinking about these times. People try to save themselves by committing crimes. Neighbors walking by, just staring at the floor, considering contact, unless it's more. You can change the world, so use your eyes to see. 'Cause humans' point of view defines society. You can change the world, so use your mouth to speak. 'Cause human state of mind defines society. Maybe getting hopeless, watching daily scenes. Honesty has lost what it used to be. Families break up on account of greed. Too blind to see that relatives are all they really need. And now you're feeling helpless and don't know where to start. Just make up your mind and listen to your heart. That change is not impossible, but you've got to start it out. Take off your clothes, roll up your sleeves, and wake up people up.
at the controls. Aram Scaram at the controls.
Suck it to me like you want to. I can take it like a pro, you know. Do a long throw with the backstroke. My hormones jumping like a disco. I be popping meds